Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody, guys. Let's take a look at the euro currency. So yesterday it was really difficult choice in the morning when we talked about the situation in euro, because by the market mechanics it was seemed that indeed market is raising the bearish, short-term bearish context because of the two significant upward action instead of the action that we thought initially. And yesterday we said that probably that market should continue action to the upside, but at the same time overall situation was not really as clear as we would like to, because market shown the extensions but it hasn't shown any clear patterns, continuation patterns or directional patterns, which makes really difficult to make trading yesterday in the market. Currently, with the recent upward action by the Fed, as you know, Fed has announced that probably rate will stand the same through 2020. In general, we talked about in our weekly report when we take a look at the market expectation on the next rate change. Now it stands due only in September in the next of the next year or so, and this probable rate change is not doesn't show the significant probability. It's just first hint that probably maybe a rate could change. But as you know, whatever Fed could say about long-term perspective, it doesn't mean that it definitely will hold it, because just some new data will be released that suggest rate change, and Fed will follow, because the surprises, when the statistics bring some surprises, especially negative surprises, it makes Fed to act. That's why, speaking about that the Fed will stay the same, the rates will stand the same for the next year, it's just by now it's just a suggestion. So anyway, currently we are coming to a very important area, because if you remember, within a few weeks the major concern was about this rally, because this rally is monthly reversal candle, and for us it is crucial to keep an eye on and crucial to get the answer whether market will get the continuation with this pattern. Could we count on some upward action, and whether this action could lead to something greater, for example to the major reversal in the market and upward continuation on a monthly chart. Currently we could say that just we are coming to the next larger scale, next area of trading. So currently market is coming to 112 area. That's very important, because by this recent action we could talk about this large ABCD pattern, and by this upward action euro brings us to the next resistance area, which is 112, because 112 is the also weekly confidence resistance, and market gradually is coming to it. Another important moment is that this low, guys, actually stands at the yearly pivot support 1 on the euro currency. And in the scale of the euro trading, euro time trading, this could be for the year the whole downward action that we get. It could be treated as the retracement with the upward action, with the longer term upward trend. And from that standpoint, the next year it could be really surprising. And since the yearly pivot support 1 holds the downward action, if you'll take a look at the monthly chart, so actually take a look since the October or somewhere in the beginning of the year, we've got this downward action. This is upward swing, upward reversal. We talked a lot about it in the 2016, 2017. It's market taking out of this top in the monthly chart, creating the reversal swing. Now it shows the pullback, but this pullback is held by the yearly pivot support 1, which means that indeed we could get greater next year appreciation on the euro currency. That's what we will talk about in our weekly reports. This is just a suggestion, but this is really important, especially in the recent events when this downward action has been held right at the 618 support and market is turning up. In the short-term perspective, we're just now this week we will take a look at these levels, 1166, 112 even. That will be next destination point. We'll see what will happen around it. The surprises could come from the European Central Bank, but actually I do not expect some really big news. And what is more important is it's the Brexit voting. So that's major event that maybe could make impact in the euro. Finally, in the weekend, we could get some statement from Donald Trump on the China tariffs, because on the 15th of December should be new pact imposed on the tariffs on the Chinese exports. So this will be really important for the markets as well. But currently, in the shorter term today, we are watching for this destination point. It's probably market should reach this level. Currently, it stands at the minor resistance, so we don't have any fib levels anymore, but we have the monthly pivot resistance one that stands precisely at this point. On the intraday charts, take a look. Market also has completed minor ABCD OP target, but taking into consideration the real speed of the upward action based on the Fed, you can see that XOP probably will be hit. XOP, by the way, coincides with the daily COP. It's both stands around 1165, and that is also the 1618 extension of the butterfly. So that's will be next support cluster. So scalp traders could keep an eye on the possible minor retracement for taking the long position with the target around 1165. So that's the setup that we have today. Finally, if you take a look on the hourly chart, you could see the whole process of the yesterday's price action, and why we said that in general it's a bit difficult to trade, but you could follow the classical patterns. For example, when we started talking about a euro yesterday, we were right at this top, and we said it's hard to sell. You could try and take position, but take the nearest target, the 30% pullback. Indeed, you can see this pattern has been completed. As soon as market has completed this pattern, market starts to preparing of the Fed statement. This is the rate announcement. Next statement from the Fed, the press conference has followed, and you can see market has shown the upward action completing this ABCD pattern. So as you can see, that's the reason why we said that trading is a bit difficult, because both patterns in both directions have been completed. We can't say that this guarded steeple to sell has not been completed just because it is reached minimum target, a 30% retracement. That's the minimum target of the guarded steeple to sell, and it's been done. But at the same time, overall context was bullish, and as a result, this bullish pattern also has been completed. And that's the reason why we said that it's a bit difficult, because there are really few traders who trade in both directions, just the patterns that they see on the market. Usually traders gravitate to some overall context and trying to follow with this context. So currently the situation is a bit different, and now we will be watching for reaching of the target on the daily. So today maybe some minor retracement here is possible. I suggest it's maybe 111.15 area, 111.16, so maybe if minor 30% pullback will be done, that will be the area where you could think about taking the long position, consider the possible buying on the euro with the target around 11.65. So approximately 50 pips potential. It's not really bad. Stops probably could be placed below the confluence of these areas, below 111. So that's what we see right now on the euro. Let's see what will happen, how it will turn. Yes, by the way, the final moment, if we'll take a look at the dollar index, this grabber also suggests the taking out of this low, so it also suggests that probably some minor continuation here will happen. That supports the situation that we have on the euro as well.